Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making spring rolls with a peanut sauce. What I love about this recipe is that you really can customize it to your taste. So you can add any ingredients that you like, but here I'm going to show you what I used following a recipe that I found online. So the first thing that I need are 2 cloves of garlic minced. So you can either use a garlic press or mince them yourself, like I'm getting ready to do here. Again, I just like to use the technique of pressing the clove of the garlic with the back of a knife. That makes it really easy to peel off. I do also always cut what I like to call the heel of the garlic off, and then I'm just going to give that a nice fine mince. Once you are done mincing the garlic, you're going to transfer it to a bowl, and then to that you're going to add 1/3 cup of creamy peanut butter. Next, you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of either tamari or soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, and then 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. So for this recipe I use the soy sauce and then also maple syrup because that's what I had on hand, but you can use either substitution. And then you're also going to add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of water as needed, and that's just to get the desired thickness that you want to the sauce for dipping. Now all that's left to do is whisk the ingredients together to combine. When you first start, it might look a little bit scary when you're trying to get the peanut butter to mix in with the other sauces, and you'll see I'll kind of stop and like press into it to kind of break it up a little bit more, but once you get going, it all combines really well and it becomes very smooth. From here, you can add more water if you want, and again, that's just dependent on the consistency that you want for dipping. So some people like sauces to be a little bit more thick, some want it thinner. It really is just personal preference. This sauce is so good, and I love that it stores really well in the fridge, so you can use it either for this recipe or other Asian inspired recipes that you might like. Trust me, even if you don't like spring rolls, you need to make this peanut dipping sauce. It is definitely worth it. So next up, I'm just going to prepare all of the ingredients for the actual spring rolls. I love that this recipe really is customizable to either what you have on hand or what you want to try in it. You really could do so many different things. So I linked the recipe below that I got the inspiration for this recipe from, but I'm kind of doing my own thing with what I had on hand and what I like. So I'm going to just slice up some lettuce and have that ready. The next ingredient that I'm going to prep for the spring rolls is green onion. I like green onion because it's a much milder onion taste, so it really is good in dishes like this. And then also it does add a brightness to it as well. Next up is some cilantro. Now, I definitely believe that you either love cilantro or you hate it. I've never met someone that's just kind of in between. So if you don't like it, obviously leave it out, but it does add a really great flavor to this dish, so I definitely wanted to use it when I saw it in the recipe. I'm a little bit savage there, and I kind of just cut off a big chunk off the top of it and then go through and mince it finely. So just a little tip here when you are mincing herbs, if you can see, I'm using my hand at the top of the blade and then pressing down. So it kind of allows you to rock the knife back and forth, and it's really efficient and a quick way to do it. So here I'm showing you the setup that I created before starting making my spring roll wraps. I have some brown rice noodles, a cabbage slaw mix, the lettuce that we chopped, cilantro, and green onion. So to begin with, you want to take a sheet of rice paper or a spring roll wrap. You can find these at the grocery store. I found it at Walmart. And you want to put it into a pie plate that has about an inch of water in it in order to soften the wrap. So here you can kind of see me getting that softened, and I'm going to show you a clip in a moment where you can see it closer up. You want to leave it, they say, for about 20 seconds. I honestly probably left it for like 20 to 30, just till it softened up a bit so that it became pliable. Also, if you're wondering why I'm running my hands along it, it's because I wanted to try to gently get it submerged in the water. When you first put the wrap in, it doesn't fully go under, so you need to gently press it in with your fingers. Once your wrap is pliable, you just want to remove it and place it onto a cutting board. The recipe said to place it on like a non-lint tea towel, and you can do that. I just didn't have one, so I used a cutting board and it worked just fine. And then now you're going to build it with whatever toppings you want. So I'm going to put in the cabbage, lettuce, cilantro, green onion, and the brown rice noodles before wrapping it. Once you've filled your wrap how you'd like, all you're going to do is roll it like a burrito. So you're going to pull from the bottom, wrap around the filling, fold in each side, and then continue to roll to the top. Now, as you can see, my cutting board is sliding, and had I used my paper towel trick, that wouldn't have happened. And here I'm just showing you a close-up of doing one of the wraps. So I have the wrap on the cutting board, and again, picking the fillings that I want, and then going to roll again like a burrito from the bottom, and then you will just tuck in the sides and continue rolling to the top. This was my first time making spring rolls at home, and I honestly was surprised at how easy it was to make, and then also how well these stored. So I had made some extra and put it in an airtight container overnight in the refrigerator, and I was able to eat them the next day and actually a couple days later for lunch. So it really is a good, like, healthy meal prep. I do also like it as an option if you are working outside of the home. Sometimes you don't always have access to a microwave, so it makes it easy because it just stays like in a refrigerator and you pull it out when you're ready to go. So here you can see I'm just going to cut it on a diagonal. That just makes it easy to dip each piece into your peanut sauce. And here is the final dish plated. I really hope that you guys give this recipe a try and let me know how you like it in the comments below.